Welcome in. I am the Crypto Bull God, and this is all on the charts. If you appreciate the content, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, drop me a comment. You need to click the bell icon for all notifications to know when I go live on the YouTubes each and every single weekday. Todd, thank you for the support, man. You are very much appreciated on the live stream. You any chance? I don't know if you've shared before. Any chance you live in the South Florida area, or where are you situated at, man? Appreciate the support. And as Todd notes, make sure that you do hit the thumbs up, because I am putting in the hard work to come out here to share what I see in the charts to best situate you guys moving forward. And as I said in an earlier tweet, to quote a famous man in this market, Raul Paul, don't fuck this up. The generational wealth transfer opportunity that is upon us, whether it finishes super early by the summer or extends into late this year, early next year, it's going to be something that supersedes what we saw in 2021. Don't fuck it up, guys. Donkey Dong, welcome in. Oof, let's fucking go. Good to see you. Matthew, welcome in, guys. Today's TA Q&A, and I haven't forgotten that we're going to kick things off with Quant, because Black Oil had a question on Quant. Salute, everybody. This doesn't qualify as alcohol. This qualifies as water, essentially. I'm having a Michelob Ultra. So, cheers. Even on days like today, with as much volatility as we're seeing in the market, you're looking at Bitcoin here potentially breaking out of a rising wedge. Doesn't change anything, guys. Again, don't get lost. Don't lose sight of the forest for the trees, right? So you look at a perspective like this, and you look at a daily, and you say, oh my God, there's a big red candle. And again, I just want to level set the conversation here. You go to a 2-week chart, and I don't know, things are looking pretty mega bullish, right? So I don't know. I hit on these things every single day that I come out here. I'm just trying to keep you guys in the market, because if you're selling, I don't know what the fuck you're doing if you're selling at a moment like this. Unless you're an experienced day trader. Nah. This is the easy part. I'll just continue reiterating this, okay? This was your moment to accumulate. This was your moment to accumulate. This was your moment to accumulate. Now we just sit and we wait. Okay, I'll have that video coming out of my topping indicators. Plan on putting that together this weekend, so be on the lookout for early next week. And yes, DigiByte community, I am getting a DigiByte video out there. I will get that out there as soon as possible. Guys, let's get into the TA Q&A portion of this live stream. Not much has changed in the charts here. We're just getting some downside price action. You know, a couple things I would comment on real quick on the shorter term price action. Depends what time frame you look on. If you go to a 4-hour, we've already broken out of the rising wedge, which is a bearish pattern. Now we need to ask ourselves, are we going to see the move down, the measured move down, which should be roughly from here to here. The breakout was here. Okay, so that could take us down to, all the way down to 67,000. Wow, that's rough if that does play out, if the technical target plays out. Now, I will say, having been an experienced investor in this market for so long, and I had an earlier tweet out today showing a rising wedge. Back in 2020, you see this is a rising wedge. It's a bearish pattern. It played out in the least likely direction, which was up. We went from 31 to 41 or 42. I was hypothesizing, could history be rhyming here, and will we rise from 73 to 83? Gut feel, I'm just going to give you my gut. Now, from a pure TA perspective, this is a breakdown on a small time frame, low time frame, on a rising wedge, which has a target around 67,000, okay? So the most probable direction for price is to continue down towards 67,000. However, being very experienced in this market, I would not be shocked one bit to see the least likely scenario play out which we don't hit 67. We hit 68.5. We don't see continued price action. We see a sharp wick back up in here and then a price movement up. Would not surprise me one bit, guys. Again, just having been here for as long as I've been here, everyone wants that pullback. And in market conditions like this, price levels never come to where people want them, right? If you've been here for a while, you know this. I've talked about CME gaps. I've talked about that $28,000, $32,000 pullback area. I think that was the price area. Everyone and their mother was screaming about price coming back to there, and I said, more than likely it's not going to happen. Everybody's waiting for it. It never happened, right? So keep an eye on price action. It'll be interesting to see where we finish the week, but nothing has changed though. No matter if we hit a $67,000 target or we shoot right back up, which is honestly the way I'm leaning, even though the TA goes against it, I'm leaning, having been here for so long, that we're just going to shoot right back up in value. It doesn't matter because, again, keep in mind, based on what I shared with you yesterday, I would be very surprised if we don't see Bitcoin aiming up towards that $80,000 mark by next week. So let me get into quant. Drop your TA questions here. Rob, good question, spoke to that yesterday. So check out the live stream from yesterday. Let's check out quant. What do I want to look at here? This is for you, Black Oil. This is for you. Now, Black Oil brought up quant, which was very interesting because this is a project I saw was making some moves up recently and was considering charting and potentially taking a trading position. So it'll be interesting to see where this goes. Guys, full disclosure, did want to make a little meme announcement today. As you know, if you've been subscribed to this channel for a while, I said pay particular attention to narratives. And I've been saying for months and months, a portion of your portfolio, in my opinion, should be in meme coins. And I've indicated to you, while I own Doge, I own Bonk. Today, I threw my hat into the ring and I own dog with hat. So, I mean, what is better than a dog with hat? Now, again, you can laugh at the narratives all you want, but the more that you understand this space, if you truly believe there is life-changing money to be made in meme coins, why would you not have a portion of your portfolio in meme coins? I don't understand it based on history. Again, using history as a precedent for what we can expect moving forward, and also being in tune with the pulse of the community. Why could Pepe, dog with hat, or Bonk, why could they not get into the top 20? Why could they not battle for the top 10? Again, no one thought Shiba Inu would do that from a couple years ago. I'm just being unemotional and logical about this. So my memes right now are Bonk, Doge, and dog with hat. I still don't, I had $5 in Pepe that's now 40. At some point, I'm going to consider getting into Pepe, but not at the moment. So, and I've indicated to you lastly that those trading positions that I've established in some of those meme coins have turned out to be advantageous in terms of appreciating to a point where I've sold some and stuck them in projects that I have fundamental and technical conviction on. So, food for thought. Let's take a look at quant. So what's really good to see here, we've broken back up above the 100 level. We're on the weekly, and what are we doing here? We've reestablished a trend that's in between 155 and 100. Once this thing breaks 155, it's going to be on a path towards 226. Where could I see it going after 226? Anywhere between 387 and 760. So again, that's the type of momentum that you're going to see come into the market. Let's take a look at the price indicators on the weekly. You can see the RSI is picking up at 62, which is good. We're still not above 70. Price will really start to kick up on this once we see it above 70. MACD looks healthy. Stochastic RSI looks great. Oh, I know. I know what's going on. No, I don't know what's going on, but okay. You can see the level of excitement and sureness of something I see potentially playing out here. This is a nice rounding formation, right? Wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of a pullback. What does this look like? A cup and handle, right? Would not see that, be surprised whatsoever. Rounding bottom, movement up. You know, we can take a measured move. You know, and maybe we come up here towards 200 plus. Okay, I'm just doing this real rough math here with you guys. But I love the rounding bottom here. A lot of projects display a lot of the same patterns within price. So I'm seeing some sort of a potential cup and handle pattern forming here, which I really love to see. So if I were in this, I would be patient and I would areas of support right here at 126. Anywhere in this high to mid 120 area is a buy for me. Anywhere in the mid to high 120 area is a buy for me if I wanted to establish a position here. But this thing looks like it's in has clear signs of a trend reversal back to the upside here now that we've reaccumulated between 100 and 155. So looking good. Guys, not seeing a lot of thumbs up. Would really appreciate the support. You can see I have a real small channel. It does go a long way when you do hit the thumbs up. Evan, good to see you in here. I was missing you yesterday. Let's just keep the comments, Evan, to a minimum. I love when you show up to the live stream, just not 5,000 comments in the comments, all right? Because I got to go through the TAQA. Drop your questions, your technical analysis questions for me. And by the way, it doesn't need to be a specific project. It could be about whatever you'd like to talk about with technical analysis. Quick reminder, almost forgot to mention, I am going to be doing a live stream on Saturday. As you can see, I made an announcement here. I am starting a brand new live stream called Beyond the Charts. You can read what the basic premise is here, but essentially what I'm looking to do is to create value, synergies, learning opportunities between fundamental and technical analysis perspectives. My first guest is going to be Alex from Tactical Invest. Really great guy. I've had the opportunity to connect with him live, and I've had the opportunity to shoot back and forth a few audio messages. Super humble guy, very down to earth, and I think you're going to enjoy his content if you haven't checked it out. So make sure to check that out. Let's see what other TA questions that we have. And it's going to be 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday. Could you look at XEP, Electra, and Nexa? All right, let's look at the first one, see what other questions we have. And if we have time, we'll come back to that Donkey Dong. Where'd you get that name, my friend? Donkey Dong. I love when you express how important and nice it is to get thumbs up and literally 1 or 2 people pay attention to you and the rest of the 20 people are like, nah, fuck you, CBG. I'm not hitting the thumbs up because that's too much work. It's annoying when you ask. I hope you're never a content creator because if you are, you'll understand how important it is. Let's get a different exchange here. Here we go. Okay, this is on a weekly. I understand why you're asking about the price because to chart it, because the price is moving up. Do we have more price data than this? Not a lot of price data. Really, this is it? That sucks. Not a lot of price data, my friend. This is going to be, I could say this is one of the few charts that I've pulled up. Let's see, Bybit. This is one of the few charts that we've pulled up together here where this is going to be a little bit more challenging to chart, but nothing is too challenging for CBG. I love a challenge. Funny story on there at some point I can share with you at an appropriate time. I love a challenge, yeah. Certain challenges, healthy challenges, not unhealthy challenges that stress you out. Okay, so I don't get too cute on this channel. There's an area of support right here. Green is for support, red is for resistance. We're going to take off the moving averages. This is on a weekly. It doesn't add a lot of value because there's not a lot of price data. I do want to consolidate the price action and just go higher time frame here. So really there's a major area of support. You can create a zone here. Excuse me. Wow. That Michelob Ultra is kicking in. And really you could base it on candle bodies down here. You could also take a look over here and start to formulate an area of price confluence there. So if I was looking to get into this project and I wanted to scale in or reaccumulate, I'd look between this price area. You can read the price. I mean, I don't know how many zeros are there. I would look between 0.38 and 0.47. Okay, this would be my buy zone. In terms of areas of resistance, is it any shock that we wick there? Let's just draw it based on that. Is there price confluence over here? Yeah, essentially. I might draw it more like this. But yeah, there's a major area of price confluence right around the 0.9 cent area. We have another area right there at the 0.8. So 0.8 to 0.9 is going to be a major area of price confluence. Don't want to muddy the chart too much, but there's another area around 0.7. So we really have to battle our way through that. Now, one of the things I do like to see here on this chart, one thing that is catching my eye, love to see this sort of formation. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if there was a lot of strength coming in on the RSI. And what do you know? CBG knows what he's talking about. Look at this increasing RSI. Again, when you evaluate enough of these charts, you just sort of know what to anticipate. Kind of like when we're looking at quant, I'm not going to be surprised one bit if this ends up being a cup and handle formation here. So a lot of strength picking up here. Certainly wouldn't be the end of the world and healthy to come all the way back down to this area and consolidate and continue moving up. Of course, in this market with how much things are picking up, that doesn't need to happen. We could just continue pushing higher, in which case I have the areas of resistance here. Evan, you're starting to blow up the comments again. Careful there, my friend. Want to look for the TA questions, guys. TA questions. Syscoin. There's one I have not heard in a long time. I think I might have a chart for that. Oh, Lord. I haven't looked at this since April of 2023. And that was on Bittrex. Well, don't have that anymore. Let's look at it on Binance. Now, we have a lot of price data here. This is an older coin similar to your Digibyte. Not super familiar with the price or the project or the chart, but I am seeing some similar price setup here to Digibyte, actually. So this is on a 2-week. I'm going to put on the volume, the 20. Let's take off the 10. Okay, well, it's good to see from a moving average perspective that the 50 looks like it wants to start flattening out here. 20 is going to curl above the 50, which is always good to see. MACD's picking up big time on the 2-week. RSI is above 70, which is great to see. So it's always good to see from a higher time frame perspective, and I'm going to hit on this in the Digibyte video, that you're starting to see a turnaround because it leads you to a higher degree of conviction when you see the higher time frames turning around. Plus, this has, in crypto terms, this has rich data, meaning we have a lot more price data here than we have with most of our charts, which makes charting a lot easier. A lot easier. Area of resistance right there. You know, if we can, right about there. I'll tell you what, on this 2-week candlestick, it would be a really big deal if we could hold around this level. Now, this candlestick just printed on Monday. So we still have all of this week's price action and next week's price action before this candlestick prints. But if by the end of next week you see Syscoin holding 25 cents, that is a really big deal. We haven't seen a close above 25 cents since August of 2021. So it's almost been 3 years, guys. So we're getting to a price level here on a candle body closing basis, which is significant, that we haven't seen until back here, right? We've had all this other price action, and we haven't been able to sustain a candle body close above there. Last time was back here. So or the first time we broke it, excuse me. The last time we actually remained above here was back in April of 22, but the last time we broke back above it. That's the more appropriate thing to say. Either case, holding 25 cents will be significant. Major areas of resistance you have here are 47 and $1.20. Of course, all-time highs, wherever that is, $1.34 or whatever. Other areas, I would say, I mean, you could draw an area of resistance right there around 37 cents. Of course, I'm going to move this up, though. We're in this zone here. I don't want to muddy the waters too much. So we're going to say, I like that one. So around 56 cents. So those are your key high time frame areas of resistance. You got 47, you got 56, and $1.20, 34 all the way up at all-time highs, right? But this chart certainly is in the midst of a turnaround. This setup that we see here, this sort of V-shaped rounding bottom, I know on some of these charts, like Credible Crypto had pointed out on H-bar having an Adam and Eve pattern. A lot of the charts are demonstrating very similar. Again, you know, and I hit on this in the live stream a lot of these charts are replicating the very similar formation. Why do you think that's the case? Why do you think a lot of these projects have very similar price patterns? Because human behavior is baked into these charts. So there are bots, algorithms, and people trading these charts and buying and selling, and they create the formations that are represented within these formations here that I'm showing you. That's what I see in this chart, though. Definitely starting to turn around here and look really beautiful. Okay, what else we got? Oof has a question on Fine. I haven't heard of that before. This is a meme coin? Huh. We gotta go granular here. Okay, so now I'll tell you something interesting in this formation that sticks out to me right away, Oof. You could have on your hands an ascending triangle / bull pennant here. So the way you could draw this a couple ways. You could draw it like this. Here's the flag. You could also draw an ascending flat. I would prefer this personally. Now, the reason I would prefer this, why do you think that's the case? Why do I prefer this over the, why do I prefer this view versus this view? It's actually a quite easy answer if you've been here for a while. I try to teach you key concepts. This depiction here has more price confluence. See how there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches here versus a line going through 2 wicks is only 2 touches. More price confluence. I like this view better. You can see that there is technically you have to draw it from the top to the bottom. There's a pole here. So this is a potential bull pennant, okay? You can draw the measured move here however you want to draw it. Of course, these things have so much volatility, you don't have to be exact. But I do see the potential for an ascending triangle / bull flag. So didn't want to point that out right away. It stuck out to me. If we go to the daily, you can see we're not, for this market, we're not super overheated. I'll just say that. But more than likely, we're going to see some continued consolidation in here before we see a move to the upside. So now the question we have to ask ourselves is, well, beyond that pennant formation that you shared with us, CBG, what other areas of support would you consider on this chart? Well, one of them we're touching. I mean, you can see the price confluence here that I have drawn, and we've just touched it. Of course, we can aim lower. We can certainly aim lower and have a band of support there. Of course, if that area breaks, you can read the values off to the right here. I would go as low as no reason we can't come all the way back down to here. In fact, I'll come a little lower to get more price confluence, right about there. Okay. So really, if this area breaks, if this area breaks here, watch for a spill down to here. Okay. So we want that ascending triangle bull pennant to pan out. That's the most bullish scenario. Now, areas of resistance, I mean, not difficult to see. I mean, it's where all these price wicks are at. Not challenging one bit. I just keep it like that. Those are your main areas of resistance. I'll actually go to the right there. Now, once we start to break that area, we had a waterfall down here. So, and these things, if this is a meme coin, these things have a tendency. I mean, you can look at Bonk, you can look at Pepe, you can look at a Dog with Hat, which I now am an owner of. You can look at all these projects, and when they start to run, they'll break right through these like a hot knife through butter. These prior areas of resistance. This is the thing you have to understand when a project runs really hot like this. So this thing had a rate of appreciation. How many multiples did this thing do? This did a 4x, okay, in a matter of a week or so, right? When you do a 4x in relatively short manner like that, again, as exciting as that can be, if you're a holder of that project before it went up in value, you need to see healthy consolidation like this, right? This healthy consolidation will increase the likelihood that your price indicators cool off, and it allows for continued momentum to the upside. Now, if this thing had continued running, okay, as a holder, if this had done an 8x and we ran up here, there's a higher risk because we're so overheated that we get a 70% pullback, okay, 80% pullback. So it's good to see this cooling off, okay? What I would want to see as a holder, I'd ideally want this scenario. That is what I want. So I want price to just continue coiling up in here and then breaking out. That'll really allow those price indicators to cool off. Thank you for the question, Doof. XRP's not hitting $10, no, in my opinion. And if you're following people, go to, by the way, Rob, if you're newer to the market, and I like how you asked the question, because the question that you're asking tells me you have to be newer to the market. Because your question is not, can XRP hit $10? Your question is, can XRP hit at least $10? And I would say, fuck no, okay? What I do is, I live in the realm of reality, logic, and I don't live in a world with unicorns and leprechauns smoking weed all day, okay? And that's not a slight towards you. That's not directed at you. That's directed at the content you're looking at, where people feed into emotions of human beings and put out unrealistic price targets. There is a video that I have on my YouTube channel. Check it out. Go through my channel and watch it. I published it several months ago. It's called Moon Boys Are Killing XRP. Okay? There are many, many price targets out there where people take a fractal. They'll do this. They'll say, oh my God, XRP's repeating the same thing. Look what it's doing, and it's going to do this. That's unrealistic, guys. Again, any amateur could do that and come up with some sort of unrealistic price range for an asset. And especially if you're newer to this market, I know hearing that may anger you potentially. That's just reality. I just, again, I have corny humor. I do weird stuff from time to time. It's my personality. It's just who I am. But I am grounded on logic and education. And it really, really bothers me when I see people paying attention on X, on Twitter, to posts or tweets that are put out there where people put out fractals of XRP going to, $50 or $100. It's a complete bunch of bullshit. And people want to know why people don't take that community seriously. Any community seriously. If you're going to come out here, and I'm actually considering putting a video out of the top things you should really begin to watch out for, narratives and things being spewed out there over the coming months that I've just seen continue to happen. People claiming they're never selling their tokens. People claiming, I saw something out there recently where someone was comparing the value of Litecoin to Ethereum. Well, if Litecoin gets to Ethereum's market cap, it's going to be $6,500. Like, just stop. Just stop. Really. I mean, you really have to be completely moronic to believe that's going to happen. And very uneducated. When making a decision on what to invest on in this market, we must be grounded in education and logic. Okay? Throw the emotions out the door, because if you choose to invest in something based on hope and optimism and emotion, you're going to lose a lot of money. But instead, if you evaluate factual information, whether you're someone like Alex, who is not a technical analyst but evaluates the fundamentals, which I have a tremendous amount of respect for, and I'll let him speak to that, or if you're someone like myself who has a TA background, and TA is my bread and butter, and you use TA to make informed decisions, but you also do follow the fundamentals, okay, you're gonna do better for yourself. So just keep these things in mind, guys. XRP is not going to hit at least $10 this year. And by cycle, again, I'm not saying XRP at some point can't hit $10. I'm saying whether it's this year or next year, it is not hitting $10. It's not, and at least $10? No. No. Not happening. Evan is not listening to me about throwing too many comments in. Evan, you're flooding the comments here, man. I'm trying to get to people's TA questions and keep this at 30 minutes. Not sensing that you understand that. YC, check out the live stream from yesterday. I addressed all this. Yeah, I addressed all that, my friend. I'll get a video out, YC, on Digibot. I'm a little behind. GeoJam, what is that? I'm going to take one more TA question because I can see we're already at time. I'm rambling over here. We're at 32 minutes. Jorge, man, I appreciate the logic. I appreciate the logic. Your logic is as sound as the guy who always comes in here asking if XLM has hit $10 yet, or whatever the hell he says, $100. I think his name is Chris. I don't know. Chris comes in here and he's always talking about XLM hitting $10, $100. All right, let's get to... Why, hello, Kayleen. Did you day drink? Evan, I have no idea what you're talking about. No, I'm not day drinking. I've been working today, my friend. Okay, but as a quick FYI for tomorrow, actually, good that you raised that. Maybe I will be day drinking tomorrow. I'm actually taking the day off tomorrow, so I don't know what time I'm live streaming, but I'll try to get a video quick out there, cover the charts going into the weekend, but I do need to take some time to myself to relax a little bit. Work, stress levels at work have not been fun, so need some time to relax. Okay, let's get to the GeoJam question. I think that might be it then. So if I missed any questions, if I have a short live stream tomorrow, I will consider doing a little TA Q&A. All right. Excuse me, man. That Michelob Ultras really hit me. You know, believe it or not, at first glance on this chart, who asked this question? James, I don't remember seeing you on the live stream, man. Welcome in. I hope you continue coming back. You know, at first glance, when you look at this chart, it looks terrible, right? But upon further investigation, this thing looks like it is in the midst of a trend reversal to the upside, and I actually like the setup here, believe it or not. There is an area of resistance right... I mean, we can draw a zone of resistance. I know I'm drawing it through some candle bodies here, but this is still appropriate, very appropriate. So there's a zone of resistance right there. Perfect. Now, the reason I like this formation is this is a clear bottoming process here where we have a swift recovery up, a rounding bottom, another move up. I would expect further consolidation in here and then another explosive move up. That is what I am personally seeing in this chart. I actually really like the setup here. I would be patient if I was looking to establish a position. We'll talk about where we can establish a position. The other nice thing here is in terms of resistance, I don't see a whole lot of resistance coming in here beyond the red lines that I'm showing here. So this, and if this is a smaller market cap, which I'm assuming it is, this has the potential to fly. Is this on Mexi? It is. I like this so much I might take a little trade position. Thank you, James. You need to come on the live stream more because I personally like this trade setup. Now, one of the things I'm suspecting to see if I go to the RSI is bullish divergence on the RSI. If we go to the weekly, this is very reminiscent of Casper to me. Still waiting for a very large movement up in Casper for all those salty, but you can see, look at this increasing RSI. So as price was continuing to do jack shit and move down, the relative strength index continued to build momentum and increase in value. Loving it, loving it, loving it. MACD, sound like a McDonald's commercial. Loving it. I'm loving it. Anybody here go to McDonald's? It's the worst, man. Please don't go to fast food. It's the worst. If you want to be 42 and look and feel like you're 30, don't eat McDonald's. All right. Stochastic RSI looks great. MACD looks great. We're having a good time here. Now, in terms of areas of support, if I wanted to establish a position here, which I might, this is a clear area. Again, green is for support, red is for resistance. Ladies and gentlemen, for all joining, if you could show me a little bit of love and hit the thumbs up. Black oil is not in the house. Black oil, if you're silent in the background, no need. But I did chart out quant for you, my friend. So I hope you saw that or can rewind and take a look at it. So there's a clear area of support right there. There is another clear area of support. I would draw it right there. These are the main areas. Now, if we do get some sort of wick below there, I would look as low as here. But if I were to establish a position, which I actually might, because I like this setup, what I'm going to personally do is be patient. And I'm going to wait for a pullback into this zone. And that zone is between it's 0.23 cents and 1.7 cents, 1.66, okay? So I'm waiting. Yeah, I'm going to be patient here. Absolutely. So especially on a low market cap like this, you don't want to get overly aggressive because when you think price isn't going to come down, what you have to understand is I'm not saying that we may necessarily get a weekly candle close in here, but to see a wick come into this price area, guys, been here for way too long to tell you with a volatile asset like this, it would surprise me if at least we don't get some sort of wick down into this area. So I would be patient. I'd wait for price to come down in here, and then I would expect some sort of reaccumulation and a movement up. This thing looks like it is destined for a trend reversal continuation to the upside. Price indicators look good. And I have all these red areas, these horizontal areas of resistance clearly denoted for you. I think that's going to do it for the TA Q&A, guys. Donkey Dong, you're also 42? Nice. Welcome to the 40 Club. I honestly never think about my age until I say it out loud. Or if I'm in a room, like right now it is spring break and I have the day off tomorrow and I would love to go to the beach. Like I'd love to, but I'm thinking to myself, I really don't want to be around a bunch of kids on spring break. Not my scene. Never been like that to begin with. Now I might go to a quieter beach. I'm thinking about that. More of an old person beach. But yeah, the one setting I do realize how old I am is if I'm in a setting around a bunch of college kids. Then I'm like, Christ, I feel old. But besides that, I never think about my age. All right. XRP is the only thing I own. I hope not. All right, diversification is key. All right, guys. I think that's going to do it. So I will be back tomorrow. Make sure you click the bell icon for all notifications so you do know when I go live tomorrow. Again, just want to reassure everyone, there is nothing concerning what's going on in this market. this view where we're seeing volatility, this is a very low time frame. Very low time frame. Don't lose sight of that magnificent, beautiful forest for a couple trees. Don't do that, because then you will miss the perspective of this. And we are in the midst of a parabola, and we're not pulling back significantly anytime relatively soon. So until next time, everybody, let's all spread awareness and let's carry the education forward. Alt season 2024 is upon us. Take care, everybody.